Now at 6, local authorities practice emergency response with a simulated mass shooting drill. Plus, Oklahoma law officers investigated quadruple homicide. We'll have details. And how KDOT is preparing for the winter season with staffing shortages.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Might have looked real, but it was only a drill as Miami law officers and others practiced how they would respond to large-scale mass violence. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Shagun Bamadella watched the training scenario today and has more.
Integris Health Miami Hospital, Miami Public Schools and area law enforcement agencies participated in a large-scale mock mass violence training scenario.
If you've been paying attention over the last couple of years, we have had schools be attacked by people, and we want to be ready.
Miami Police Sergeant Sean McDonald says the training is particularly important to the department.
In the event that something like this were to happen, and Miami Police were one of the agencies, if not the agency that responded to it, we always can do a better job, no matter how well it goes. But one of the things we can do to better prepare to help our community is to engage in training like this so that we know what we can do better.
It is not just police that participated. Local hospital staff participated also.
So this gives us a chance to really practice it in a controlled setting, but still as realistic as possible. Having that interaction with the local ambulance crews and the air evac teams and local law enforcement, plus our medical teams. How are we going to get people here? Who's here? What we need to do.
At the end of the drill, all participants met for a debrief.
We come together afterward to hear everybody's analysis on what they saw that was good, what they saw that might need to be changed, tweaked, added. How can we make it better, and then identify those things that did work well so we can keep that up.
Reporting in Miami, Shagun Bamadella, KOAM News.
Normal emergency department operations and patient care at Integris Health Miami Hospital were not affected by that drill. A head-on crash claims the life of a Southeast Kansas man. Authorities responded to the crash last night along Highway 400 on the Cherokee-Crawford County, Kansas line. They say 33-year-old Dakota Jones of Weir was driving east when he hit another car head-on. He died at the scene. The driver of the other car, 33-year-old Kenneth Messer, suffered serious injuries. State police in Oklahoma today said 4 people were executed at a marijuana farm and that they were Chinese citizens. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says 3 men and 1 woman were killed. The OSBI says they do have a suspect in mind. Reporter Brittany Tolis has the latest from investigators.
The first call to Kingfisher County Sheriff's Office for people being held hostage.
When they arrived, the situation had turned deadly.
Kingfisher deputies found 4 people dead and a 5th person who needed to be flown to an Oklahoma City hospital.
They all know each other. Don't know if they're related, don't know if they're co-workers, but certainly these individuals were, we believe, all familiar with each other.
Investigators didn't give any suspect information, but believe they knew the victims. They also haven't said if they're looking for 1 or multiple people. Police sweeping the 10-acre grow farm ran into 1 person during their search, but say they don't believe they were involved in the killings.
There's different housing units around. It appears that there's people who live on the grounds here and work here.
OSBI didn't say whether the grow farm's license is currently up to date, but this property did have one at some point. The owners are international, according to OSBI. The Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority also couldn't share owner information. Investigators say they swept through the 10 acres and every building on it all night and again today.
We don't think they're in the area. I mean, as you can tell, it's pretty wide open here. We've done a thorough search with drones and helicopters and manpower throughout the night. It's in the early stages. There's a lot to unravel with this case. It's going to take a little time for us to process it.
There's no word yet on the names of the victims or the suspect in that case. Let's check in with Doug for a first look at the weather.
Well, we are tracking a storm system that is going to start to affect us as we go through the next few days. Clouds are going to start to increase tomorrow. We'll start to get showers, even a few random thunderstorms tomorrow night, and then heading into Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, before this system even moves out of the region. So we're going to be focusing on that. Right now, most of us are sitting a lower 50s across the board, so it's actually a pretty nice evening. We've had these light southerly winds, which have helped our temperatures warm up a bit over the past couple days. These are going to diminish as we go through the evening hours. Clear skies now, but clouds will start to increase late. Here's our next storm system that will start to move in during the daytime hours for us tomorrow. This evening, we slide back through the 40s, 30s, not as cold, down to about 38. And of course, we're going to break down the system for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. As the winter season approaches, the Kansas Department of Transportation is preparing for at least the possibility of a harsh season, as they do every year. KDOT is suffering from staffing shortages. An official says they're going to have to choose which roads to prioritize. If they get hit with a really big storm, they might not be able to clear as quickly as usual because one operator has to do one shift and then they have to go back and refill their materials. Prepping for the winter season begins as early as October.
Properly by October 15th. That means we have all the chemical storage materials ready. The salt domes are full. The new equipment operators are trained earlier in the autumn. And we just, the equipment, of course, is serviced and ready to go.
And because of that short staffing, KDOT is looking for seasonal workers. You can find out how to apply, KOAMnewsnow.com. Customers of Spire Natural Gas in Southwest Missouri are going to have to pay more. Spire West residential customers currently pay about 79 cents per 100 cubic feet of natural gas. That's climbing to 92 cents. That's an increase of close to 16.5%. The rate change starts on November 29th. According to the Missouri Public Service Commission, the price increase is largely due to estimated changes in the wholesale cost of natural gas. As you hit the road for Thanksgiving travels, you might be paying less than $3 a gallon for gasoline. Won't that be nice? In Miami, you can find the lowest price for regular unleaded at the Independent Sinclair on South US 59 Highway, $2.69 a gallon. In Joplin, you can find gas as low as $2.75 if you have a Sam's Club membership. In Pittsburgh, the cheapest gas is at the new Sinclair station on West 4th, $2.94 there. And in Rogers, Arkansas, Walmart has regular unleaded fuel for just under $3 a gallon. Coming up, how some area kids changed their bus rides to school to bike rides. Plus, a local artist paints ornaments for a cause. Some Joplin Elementary School students said never mind the car rides to school, they're using their bikes instead. The elementary school students have ridden their bikes to school for a while now, even in these colder temperatures. KOAM's Yana Hautala spoke with those involved about what they call the bike bus.
There goes the bike bus, a group of 11 Joplin Elementary School students led by a parent.
Some of them are knocking on my door at 7:10, just ready to go, waiting for that 7:20 departure. It's a big part of their day. They look forward to it. We hate when we miss it.
The Williams family has always loved biking. Once she started biking to school with her kids, she got an idea to gather a group of children from the neighborhood and riding the 10-minute route with them.
It's very energetic and it's really fun to just get a lot of energy out of it.
The children enjoy taking the bike bus together.
I get to talk to a lot of people and my friend Riley. It's like a hill and it zooms you down and it makes you go super fast. And also racing. That's the best part because sometimes we'll race to the school.
Riding to and from school is not only good exercise, but it also avoids the hassle with drop-off lines. The 11 kids are not scared to ride a bike in the colder weather.
Wear a helmet and just be aware of your surroundings.
The only times the group misses the ride is when it's below freezing or rainy. She says kids are excited to know how many days or miles they have biked. The goal is to bike at least 100 days this year.
We're close to hitting 100 miles so far for the school year, so that'll be a big milestone for them, I think.
Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
Not a bad idea. Williams says she's happy to help anyone who wants to start a bike bus in their neighborhood. The Heart Joplin Project is currently selling ornaments called Joplin Hearts at local locations. The ornaments are painted by local artist Derek Hahn, whose inspiration came from visiting other cities before COVID. You'll want to buy one of those ornaments quickly because they say demand might be high.
I do know that there is only a limited supply of the hearts, so if it's something you would like to add to your Christmas tree or as a gift for someone who absolutely adores them as much as we do, I would recommend getting them as soon as you can. There's, like I said, only a limited supply.
All the proceeds will go toward the Joplin Humane Society. They're also selling stickers. Liberty Utilities is getting into the Christmas spirit by helping the elderly. Every year, for more than 30 years, the company gathers nearly 200 names of elderly neighbors for local assistance agencies. They get them from those agencies. Customers and employees can then choose a person from that list they'd like to buy gifts for. This year, Liberty is returning to in-person gifting.
Started where we were teaming up with a local trucking company and bringing in these gifts, and it's transpired. And the elderly is, just a group that really there's not a lot of programs out there for. There's a lot of programs for children and families in need. So I guess we saw the specific need for those elderly neighbors who are alone during this time.
Recipients usually range from 65 to 85 years old, and often they have no family or close friends nearby during the holidays. To learn how to get involved, just download the KOAM News Now app. A little bit later, we're going to hear from the Lamar Tigers on the state semifinals matchup against the Seneca Indians.
Plus, rain chances increasing the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a warmer day for us today. Temperatures pressing 60 during the afternoon, and we've had clear skies, still have clear skies right now. Looks pretty good. That was our Lander Chevrolet Tower Cam, southeast side of the city. Temps, we are still holding into lower 50s. Stockton at 50. 49 Anderson, Neosho 50 at Miami, also Grand Lake. Pittsburgh 52, a little bit cooler. Chanute is sitting at 49 degrees. Here's 7th and a range line. Currently, we're sitting at about 51. Southerly winds are light. Humidity is at 63%. Through the evening, we slide back through the 40s, eventually down to about 38 later on tonight. But clear skies, nothing is going on as of yet, even though we do have a storm system developing. Look at the clouds increasing. Arizona, New Mexico, into the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. These are going to spread in late tonight, kind of combining with our next storm system, which is up across the Pacific Northwest and will start to affect us over the next couple days. Big area of low pressure dropping into parts of Texas. Jet stream's way up here, so we call this cutoff low. It's cut off from the main flow of the jet. It's still going to move through. It's just going to take its time because it doesn't have anything to kind of shove it off toward the east. So slowly kind of works in. Here's Saturday. Doesn't even work out of here until Sunday. So we're going to have the clouds and chances for rain kind of sticking around for several days. Let's go through time. Tonight, midnight, clear skies still, near 40. Clouds thicken by morning, mostly cloudy through the morning hours. Here's the noon hour. By the afternoon, very thick clouds, and you can start to see a few random showers starting to pop up. But most of us sitting into the upper 50s to almost 60 degrees, 39 at 7, 54 by noon. We bounce up back down to 55 by 5 p.m. So it looks pretty good. Showers really increase tomorrow evening. So here's midnight. Majority of them are going to be along and south of I-44. They are going to be very hit and miss, maybe an isolated little thunderstorm. And then you can see the rain really picks up in our southern counties by Thanksgiving morning. Most of us on Thanksgiving, just clouds and a few random showers, a little bit more persistent once you get into our southern counties. But I do think Thanksgiving afternoon, we're mainly just going to have clouds. Could still see a random shower, but most of us are going to be dry as we go through the afternoon on Thanksgiving, and then the rain will start to creep back in by the time we head into Friday. So here's Friday evening, rain in our southern counties, and then here's when the main low passes by. So this is Friday night into Saturday. showers across the region, and really Saturday is going to be by far our best chance for widespread rain. All right, rainfall amounts heaviest along and south of the I-44 corridor. So this is by as we get through Thanksgiving. You can see rainfall amounts fairly light, but then once we get into Friday night and Saturday, they really pick up. A lot of areas can pick up 1 to 2 inches of rain, which we do actually need. 58 tomorrow, 53 on Thursday, 50 on Friday, only 45 on Saturday. So we're not going to see much in the way of sunshine over the next few days. Sunday and Monday, the sunshine pops back out.
But I'm forecasting a very high chance of good food on Thursday.
Let's hope so.
Probably some
You got your
afternoon
son-in-law
naps.
cooking for you, so there you go.
That's right, and he's a very good cook.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the Missouri Southern women climb into the top 10 in the national rankings, and the Lamar Tigers get a shot at revenge against Big 8 rival Seneca in the state semifinals. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
The Lamar Tigers are back in the state semifinals for the third straight season. The Tigers will be at home on Saturday facing Big 8 rival Seneca for a spot in the Class II state championship. Now Lamar really been on a roll in the playoffs. They've scored 166 points so far in 3 playoff games while only giving up 16. Now the Tigers are 11-1 overall, and their only loss this season is to this Seneca team they're about to see on Saturday all the way back in week 4.
There's a motivation as far as that was the game that we slipped up early in the year. But you know, it's a state semifinal game. We're ready to go no matter who it is. And, you know, it's just a little added motivation, I guess, that it's a team that we've already gotten to play early in the year.
You can tell during practices and stuff, you know, after that game, practice demeanor and everything like that has changed. So it's all kind of intensified and everything like that. To get another shot at Seneca, we know we let that game slip. So it's something that we've all been waiting for, and we've already been prepping for it.
The Pittsburgh State men's basketball team will play their MIAA opener on Monday at home against Lincoln. First, though, the Gorillas have one more non-conference game tonight facing NAIA member Harris Stowe. The Pittsburgh State 1-3 coming into this one, trying to avoid a third straight loss. That one will get started at 7 o'clock. Have the latest from the game right here tonight at 10. The Missouri Southern women are moving up the national rankings this week. The Lions have moved up 9 spots to number 10 in the latest WBCA poll released today. It's the highest they've been ranked in the WBCA poll since 1993. The Southern is 5-0 to begin the season. They'll be back in action tomorrow night hosting Missouri SNT. Finally, big night at Joplin High School. It's opening night for both the Eagles girls and boys basketball teams. And the girls are on the floor as we speak, facing Mount Vernon. The Joplin boys face McDonald County at 7:30. We'll have highlights from that game right here tonight at 10. And that's it for sports. We're back with more news right after this.
We take time now to honor a local veteran. Tim Sowersby served in the U.S. Navy. The Joplin native was stationed on a U.S. Naval hospital, and we're proud to salute Hospital Corpsman Tim Sowersby, a 4-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The threat of a freight railroad strike is gaining steam as negotiators and unions have yet to find a compromise. Also, senior U.S. officials say there's good reason to believe Iranian-backed terror groups are plotting an attack against the World Cup. And we're going to check out some new tech to help some people with hearing impairments. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's all coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Weather-wise, looking at the possibility of some bit of rain in the days ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be really light tomorrow night and then on Thanksgiving and then also on Friday. Just kind of hit and miss showers. It's going to be gloomy, but our heaviest rain is actually going to roll in Friday night into Saturday. So it's going to be a wet Thanksgiving, so good weekend to stay inside, right?
Watch some football.
Yeah.
Enjoy your family and food. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.